plaintiff, Diane Stanton, says the defendant is her great niece, and she came into Diane's life when she was 10. Diane claims she took the defendant under her wing because she was being teased at school, and she supported her throughout her life and even paid for her to go to college. She's suing for the balance due on a ring and a honeymoon. Defendants Tiffany McMillan and her husband Mark Williams say Tiffany had a rough upbringing, and they feel blessed that Diane came into her life and supported her. Tiffany and Mark claim Diane is suing for more than they owe.
Start with you.
Yes, Your Honor, Tiffany is my great niece. Tiffany came into my life at the age of 10. She came to me and she told me that the kids were making fun of the way she dressed. And her mother wasn't in her life at that time much. So I began to take on a motherly role. I tried to teach Tiffany the importance of education. I taught her about hygiene. I just took Tiffany under my wing. I love Tiffany so very much, and I still love Tiffany so very much. And this is so heartbreaking that I have to go.
She finished high school and everything?
Did she?
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
I did her grammar school graduation. I gave her a Sweet 16 party. I did her high school graduation, including her prom.
Wow.
I've sent Tiffany on 2 trips. At the age of 10, my husband and I sent her to Tampa. You know, just to encourage her. We did everything. I did everything in my way in my life. I tried to help Tiffany. Tiffany.
And provided for all those special dates.
Yes, I did. I even helped pay Tiffany tuition for college. I told Tiffany the importance of making good grades, not just C's, A's and B's. And when Tiffany graduated from college, Tiffany had like something like a 3.8 GPA, or even it might have been higher than that.
You did a great job. You did a great job.
When Tiffany got her first apartment, she came to me to ask me my approval of it, and I approved it. I went and opened up her credit account, and so she can get furniture. I wound up paying for the furniture. Your Honor, I've done everything in my power to make this lady the woman she is today. Tiffany came into my life at the age of 10. She came to me and she told me that the kids were making fun of the way she dressed. And her mother wasn't in her life at that time much. So I began to take on a motherly role.
Defendants Tiffany McMillan and her husband Mark Williams say the defendant had a rough upbringing, but she is grateful for the plaintiff who took her under her wing when she was a child.
Okay, let me hear from you, young lady.
Hi, Your Honor. How are you?
Fine.
What my aunt said is 100% true. She's always been in my life.
Good.
She's been a big part of my life.
Good. Good you accept that and are grateful for it. Good.
And I'm very thankful.
A lot of folks wouldn't be. So
I'm very, very thankful. I've been blessed. I had a heart coming up. Excuse me, I'm a little nervous. But she has been in my life as long as my grandmother as well. I'm like a big melting pot. My aunts and my grandmothers both raised me. And she's been there for me for everything. She's always been there for me.
You finished college? If not, why?
Yes, I did, sir.
Good.
I have my bachelor's, yes.
All right. I'm glad to hear that. All right.
And she's been a big part of that. She's pushed me with everything that I've done and continue to do in life. She's always been there for me. We are really, really super close. My middle name is Diane, after her. So we're very, very close with one another. We do everything together. We've always been close.
Good. All right, sounds good. Let me hear from you about the lawsuit.
Okay, so Tiffany met Mark, and I thought Mark was a very good role model in Tiffany's life.
Okay, good.
And he came to me.
Why don't you think so now?
I'm not saying he's not.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying that.
I was about to say, just because the man broke doesn't mean he's not a good influence. He can still be a good influence. All right, go ahead.
I'm just saying that.
So what,
we have a problem, and I don't even know how to overcome it.
Okay,
but anyway, Mark told me that they were going to go on this cruise, and he wanted to propose to Tiffany. And he wanted me to co-sign for some ring. And I was so glad that Tiffany had found somebody in her life So I went with him to the jeweler to co-sign for these rings. Okay, so he was making payments. And then
When did you co-sign?
in May of 2008.
And you say, made payments fine?
No.
All right. So when did he stop paying then on the
He
ring?
was late.
Okay.
And I wound up getting a bad credit report against me. So
That's not totally true, Your Honor. I was making payments on this ring because the ring is in my name.
Making them late?
Not at first. I was making them on time. One time I was
Did
late.
make them late later?
Yes.
All right, you did hurt her credit. It is entirely true. Go ahead.
So
Maybe make late payments.
But she's making it seem like I'm sorry.
She didn't make nothing seem like nothing. She said you were making late payments and you ruined her credit.
so
Go ahead.
I asked the jeweler to start sending me the payments. And I started making the payments. And then Mark paid me. But then Mark stopped paying me.
When?
It's not true.
Hold on. When?
He stopped paying me back. Check.
When?
He didn't directly stop. He started paying me cash in 2013.
When was the last time he paid you for on the ring?
January 2014.
Not true.
All right. You say January, he stopped.
Yes.
All right.
The last payment I got was
And
in.
he has not paid since,
No,
obviously.
he has not.
And that's why you have this balance?
Yes.
Of how much for the ring? You have
balance
a
is-
honeymoon and a ring. How
The
much
balance
for the ring?
rings is $1,245.
All right. And what do you say to the ring, sir?
I owe her, the last statement she showed me, she paid the ring down to $500 and some, but she told me that I still owe her around $900 and some for the ring. But
You have evidence that it's paid
No.
down to $500?
No.
So where do you get that idea?
That's what she told me. She showed it to me
Your Honor.
All right.
because she started having the bills
You have the
sent to
bill
her
today?
name.
Yes, Your Honor.
And then she
You have
went
it?
on and
Let's see
paid
it.
it off.
Yes.
Because at this point, we have a dispute about the amount, right? Is
Yes.
that the only dispute
Okay.
we have about the ring?
No, it's not because
You
she
say
said
yeah and you say no. Why not?
because she just said I stopped paying her in January. The last time I paid her was March 29th.
Okay.
The day she came to see my baby in the hospital, my newborn baby.
Paid her off?
No, I didn't pay her off. I made a payment like regular.
How much do you owe now?
$900.
Okay. That's the difference, is the $345 that you believe you've paid down.
Always been in my life.
Good.
She's been a big part of my life.
Good you accept that and are grateful for it. Good.
And I'm very
A lot
thankful.
of folks wouldn't be.
I'm very, very thankful. I've been blessed. I had a hard coming up. Excuse me, I'm a little nervous, but she has been in my life.
Defendants Tiffany McMillan and her husband Mark Williams say the defendant had a rough upbringing, but she is grateful for the plaintiff who took her under her wing when she was a child.
Anyone have any evidence as to when the payment stopped?
I just made
I
a
do.
payment in front of her sister. I'm sorry.
Cash?
Cash, yes.
Okay. Any way to prove that?
I mean, she avouched that I've been paying her cash.
I know, but we just have a difference of $345. That's all. And so that's trying to see how we work that difference out.
Your
How do
Honor,
I
I
know
have
when he stopped?
I have a breakdown of the cash payments. I also have the canceled
Whose
check.
breakdown is this? This is yours?
Yes, and I also have canceled checks showing you the payments that I've made, if you'd like to see them.
Let's see the ones from January. That's what I need to see. Ones that you've paid in January up through March.
These are all the cash payments.
All right.
That I made.
And tell me about the honeymoon. Let's get to that.
Okay, Mark came to me and told me they wanted to go on a honeymoon. And
Hold on one second. I'm sorry. Do you have any record regarding the payments on the ring? She has copious and maintained records here. Do you have
No, I
anything?
don't. I don't.
All right, because this looks like she wrote it down as it came. Yeah. She don't play with her money. All right, go ahead. You don't play with your money. That's right. Tell me about this honeymoon.
okay, so Mark came to me and told me that they wanted to go on a honeymoon.
When?
It was sometime in 2009.
Okay.
They got married August the 29th of 2009. And so I agreed to let them have this honeymoon.
How much?
The honeymoon was 28. Hold on, please. Oh, I got the receipt.
When did they stop paying?
Okay, the honeymoon was 28, 34, 31.
When did they stop paying on
The
the
last
honeymoon?
payment I got on the honeymoon was on March 18, 2012, and Tiffany gave me $300.
So let's get this straight now. They owed you
The total-
money. Hold on.
Okay.
They owed you money on the ring. They stopped the honeymoon payments in 2012.
Yes.
And then they continued to pay the ring payments.
Well,
though.
yeah, he was, yeah.
Just trying to get understanding. All right. Let me hear from you all regarding the honeymoon payments.
Well, Your Honor, the honeymoon was a gift. It started out as an agreement at first. She said she was going to pay for the trip. I had to pay her back, and that's what I was doing. Then a few years ago, in April of 2012, she said, you know what, don't worry about that. I'm gonna write it off as a gift, but you're gonna pay me for the ring.
And she told us that on 2 separate occasions because I didn't even know they discussed the ring. Honeymoon. She came.
Why do you think she changed her mind?
I believe she's upset with me because I didn't take her side with an argument or
When was
disagreement.
the first time she asked for money on the honeymoon this year?
When I got the letter saying she was suing me.
A few weeks ago.
Yes.
Have you talked to her about it since?
Since then, we haven't talked about the
Okay, so
honeymoon.
today is really first time you all got a chance to address
Yes,
it.
sir.
And
Yes,
you're
Your
saying
Honor.
she got mad about what?
She was upset I didn't take her side, in my opinion, with her and my grandmother and my mother.
So she said, well, I want that money from 2012
Yeah, she
then.
literally, next thing I
And
know,
that's
I got a
why I
letter.
want to know, ma'am. That sounded a little odd. You let them get away on the honeymoon as of 2012, but you don't let them get away on the ring at all.
I had an attorney to contact Tiffany and Mark
About what?
about the ring and the honeymoon.
And so she says you told her you didn't have to pay the honeymoon off
That's
anymore
incorrect.
in 2012.
That's incorrect, Your Honor.
All right.
That's incorrect.
Okay, so when they stopped paying on the honeymoon, what did you do?
Okay, I tried to reason with them. I talked to them. I tried to call them. I
All
tried
right.
to talk to them. You know, I tried to talk to Tiffany.
Why do you
Mark-
think they kept paying on the ring then?
Tiffany
and
told me.
stopped on the honeymoon.
I don't know why they stopped. Tiffany told me
I could tell you
that
why.
she would.
Why?
She came to me on a separate occasion in around 2012 and told me that I know you guys have been struggling and
Yeah,
you've been
that's what
making
you
late
said.
payments on the ring. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna cancel this trip out. I'm gonna write it off
That's what
as
she
a
said.
gift.
Yeah, your wife said that as
But
well.
you're gonna pay me for this ring because I didn't put no ring on Tiffany's finger. You did that.
Defendants Tiffany McMillan and her husband Mark Williams say the defendant had a rough upbringing, but she is grateful for the plaintiff who took her under her wing when she was a child.
So, ma'am, you were giving them a break, and now you've decided to stop giving them the break on the honeymoon.
Last year, Tiffany told me that she's going to pay me out of her out of income taxes.
I know better than that.
She's gonna
But
pay
she-
you what, ma'am?
She's going to pay me. She was going to pay me $400
For what?
for the honeymoon.
Why not on the ring as well?
But they were making payments on the ring.
Gotcha. All right.
They were, and then I took over the payment on the rings because he was late and he had messed
What
up my
about this
credit.
incident she says caused you to change your mind? She said you just mad because of what?
Because I wouldn't agree with her with my grandmother.
All right.
My grandmother
Did that
and my
happen?
mother.
No, sir.
She
You
You
called
don't know
me.
what she's talking
No, I
about?
do not.
She called my phone in April. I had just had my baby. My daughter wasn't even a week old. And she called me asking me about a situation with my grandmother about her selling the house. And I told her I don't think she should sell the house. And she got an attitude with me.
Did this conversation
No.
happen?
Yes, it
I don't
did.
believe she made this up, ma'am. I'm sorry. I don't believe she made this up.
2
now.
weeks before this letter.
After
That's enough.
I'm sorry.
I don't believe
Your
you
Honor.
just making this up and that the conversation
Your Honor,
never even happened.
I
That's
have-
enough,
I have a
ma'am.
letter
I'm going to
from-
grant you your money on the ring, and I do believe that the honeymoon was waived, as she says, and you got upset, and therefore you said, I want my money for the honeymoon too. Because I just don't believe this young lady would come in here and make up an entire conversation You say she's making up this phone call never happened, this discussion about a house never happened. She just came in here and made this up. Yet, they tell the truth about the ring. It's just a difference in the amount. But they tell the truth about the ring, not trying to lie about that. If she's going to lie about something, she give me the big lie. So I'm going to take her word. All right, I'm going to grant you judgment for the ring, ma'am, $1,245. I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt as to how much is owed because she did keep copious notes on this. You kept no notes like that on the on the honeymoon because they said you waived that. And it's been since 2012 that you made a fuss about it. Judgment for the plaintiff for the ring. And the claim on the honeymoon, I believe you did convert it to a gift, as they say. Good luck.
Thank you.
I appreciate everything she's done for us. I just hate that it came to this, and because of certain situations that she had to result to this because she can't get her way or people won't, side with her. But that's her aunt. She loves her. She loves her. I love her. So